Okay, and then we're going to talk about car accidents since we're already on the road driving right now. So let's talk about the car accident you had.
Yes, all that anger finally collided
And
with
that
another
was right
vehicle.
at the beginning of working with me, right? So it we just started.
Yes, and I had just gotten a new car, and
New
I was in a car
Tesla, new
accident.
Tesla, a new car Tesla she got. And then and it wasn't even quote unquote, we don't go into details, but it wasn't your fault, quote unquote. In the Muggle world, it wasn't your fault because the big accident happened on the highway and Lisa just was driving behind and she had to slow down very abruptly because of the many cars involved on the highway, right? Did I
Mm,
explain it correctly?
yes.
Yeah. And so what, keep talking.
Yeah, and it was like I wasn't scared in the moment, and it actually was a very gentle car accident considering the impact. Um, Luckily, I was completely fine. I didn't have like any bumps or bruises or any pain afterwards. And really, the only damage was to the car. So I'm very grateful for that and thankful that I had been doing this work because if not, I don't know that it would have been that way. Like I should have been injured, but I wasn't. Um,
Badly, because knowing what happened, you would be injured badly. Mhm.
yeah. Um, so yeah, that was a really it should have been a very scary experience, but it really wasn't for me. And I think you, besides my mom, I think you were the first person that I texted. I was still in the car and you told me what to do and how to get through it. And it all worked itself out and I got the lesson that I needed from it as gently as possible.
Exactly. The lesson was still there. You said it right. The lesson still was there, spiritual lesson you had to go through. There was no other choice for you to go through. Yet, because you chose the correct way, the spiritual way, the healing way, everything was as gentle as possible to preserve you, to protect you, but still going through the lesson.
Mhm.
Yeah. And of course, I texted you what to do in a spiritual way, right? I didn't text you what to do. Call insurance and be worrying about it and fight with the people right around you. No, I was talking about the spiritual way, how you perceive the situation, what you do, what needs to be done, what are the steps, right?
Yes.
And it helped because it's a spiritual way.
Yeah. It did help and I was able to stay calm and get through it and get home safely.
And then when it was due time, we basically we knew every step. We knew spiritually what it meant, and then it was fixed, and it was fixed exactly when you finished that lesson inside.
Yeah, and it took a while.
Right, right. But it was exactly when we finished that processing that piece, whatever it was, right? And then you got the call, and they said it's done, or however it was.
Yeah, very, very suddenly because I wasn't expecting it. And they had told me a lot longer of a time, like 6 months or over 6 months before I could have my car back. And because we were working, like it ended up being less than 3 when I got it back.
And it happens, as you know, it happens with everybody in the class. When we go through the healing and we release whatever it is, things speed up, things change, situations resolve right immediately after the session, right? It's very cool
Yeah.
to observe. And